Welcome to another Prince August production. Today we're going to be showing you how to cast and assemble one of our United States of America soldier molds. We've recently released PA851D, an extension to that to allow you to do not only post 1902 but pre 1902 uniforms. We're going to be using all our general equipment, solder pods and the new metal, the 6-star metal. First of all, we want to make sure that the temperature of the metal is correct. We're using a tin bismuth alloy and the temperature should be about 300 degrees Celsius. We put the talcum powder all over the mold. This is a release agent that lets air escape and also helps remove the metal figure after you have finished casting it. You only want a thin layer between the two sides. Giving it a few taps helps get rid of any excess residue. Now we also supply a PTFE rod. It's a special plastic rod that acts as a gate for the neck to go into the body. It makes a hole, so what you need to do is put it into the mold before you cast, and then it can be removed afterwards. The support boards insulate the mold and also spread the pressure of the clamps. Now we are going to use up to 4 clamps in this mold. If there's a problem when a clamp opens, you can just re-squeeze it back together again in a second and use it. Now bring the ladle over to the mold, rest it on it and pour. This means that you're only pouring about a centimetre and therefore you have much less splashing. Any remaining metal that you don't need or any failed castings can be remelted, so there's no waste. After about 6 minutes, you should then be able to disassemble the mold. Do this carefully. The metal you want to make sure isn't yanked out of the mold because that will damage it. As you can see, all the castings here are done. The most recent mold is the one with the spike on the helmet, and that is pre-1902 US parade ground uniforms. Okay, we're going to we remove them from the mold. We take the rod and put it back into a little bag to keep it safe. You can see the hole in the neck where the rod was. We're cutting off the ingates. Those metal pieces can be remelted again. It's a hard metal, so you want to be careful when you're cutting it. It takes time, and weaken it with a few snips first, and then it'll break off. Just do all the accessories the same way, and the ingates just get melted back in to be reused the next time. There's also occasionally a little bit of what we call flashing, where there's a little bleed of metal that can be peeled off very easily using the snipper. Then use a metal file to give a quick run over any rough little parting lines. This is between the two sections of the mold. You might have a slight rise of metal there, and that can be polished off quite quickly. It also helps smooth out any areas left over after you cut bits off the figure. Just take your time and carefully go over all the parts. Then brush the figures down. This will get rid of any remaining residue from the mold. It also removes all the talcum powder, because you do not want to be trying to paint or prime figures with talcum powder still remaining on them. It shines it up nicely as well. Use a scalpel to scratch around the areas you're going to be putting a drop of glue in. Once you've done that, put a drop of super glue in and you can attach and assemble the figure in minutes. Let the glue dry and you've got your figures assembled, ready to be primed and painted. Thank you very much for watching our video. Our next video will include how to prime and paint these figures. More information can be found on our website, princeaugust.ie.